Welcome to SlipKnits in Rapid City, South Dakota. Today we're doing something we have never done before in one of our yarn store tours. We're going to get to interview some of the customers and see some of the things that they've made. Plus, we are going to talk with owner Kim about needle felting. Let's head in and take a tour.
Hello, I'm Kim Osland, fiber artist and owner of SlipKnits. Welcome to our store. Let's visit.
Let's take a tour.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start?
Let's start over here.
Okay.
Usually these are outside, obviously, but you know, it's a little hot here in South Dakota today.
It's supposed to be 105 today, so.
So we carry a lot of things that you're going to see in other stores, but we also carry a lot of indie dyers because I love indie dyers. So we've got our own yarn line, of course.
Okay, wait, tell me more about this because.
Okay, so we have a line of yarn that's called Melting Pot Fibers, and I bought out this company about 1.5 years ago.
Cool.
And it's mostly alpaca or alpaca and silk. And I've got quite a bit of it around the store. Alpaca comes in 24 different colors. So I've got a lot of the natural colors over there. Yeah, that's the
24 natural colors.
Whoa. And then you can mix it and you can dye it and do all kinds of fun things with it.
Cool. Are you dyeing these?
Yes.
Oh.
And we have, I get a lot of people that come through on their way to different shows. This lady showed up, was on her way to a show in, she was from Pennsylvania on her way to North Dakota, and I picked up her yarns, beautiful yarns.
How do you
I went
say
and
this?
met her, Yagananian. I think it's a river in Pennsylvania. But she was staying at an Airbnb on her way to do a yarn show because her daughter was in North Carolina. So I went and met her and got a bunch of her yarns. And I go to a lot of yarn events. This lady is from Minnesota and does just beautiful stuff. So it's really fun to get new and different things in that you're not going to see everywhere. They're small batches of things. So your sweater is going to look different than everybody else, even if it's the same sweater.
Amazing.
A lot of the same stuff you're going to see in other stores too. I try and keep things that people can match and do different things. And you'll see a lot of our samples.
So you have Cascade.
A lot of Cascade.
Did you have
Plymouth?
Nice.
Yeah, I've got Malabrigo.
Awesome.
Just started carrying earth yarn.
Oh, lovely.
You know, the basics, some Barocco, Scacel. There's just those basic ones that you kind of have to have. Trying to keep up with new stuff like this new cotton, this organic cotton is a really lovely thing.
Oh yeah.
I like to introduce people to things like silk pods, and you pull these apart and you can actually make yarn out of these. This is actually silk that you can knit, and I can show you that. Yeah. Different kinds of silk, like the Bombic silk here. This is from a mulberry. Worms that eat off a mulberry tree. Isn't that just lovely?
Yes.
Just, I know. Yeah, it's probably in your nose now. These are made by a local person. They're drop spindles, supported drop spindles.
And do you spin?
Yes. Oh, nice. More on a wheel than on that, and I know enough to be dangerous. These are made by a local artist. And aren't they just cool?
They're adorable.
I know. Aren't they just... The creativity here in the area. So she has 7 grandkids.
They look like they'd sit.
They do.
A little bit.
And she makes clothes and all kinds of fun things, and their stories. But my knitters will get them and then knit or crochet clothes for them.
Oh, that's sweet.
I know, aren't they just fun? So she's using fiber in a completely different way, but this is yarn from our store.
Oh, how cool.
That she just winds up to make hair.
Very cute.
I know. Aren't they just fun?
These.
So, I mean, fiber can be used in so many different ways.
Your gnome. How sweet is
that?
Out
of sock yarn.
I love that. With the little knitting needles.
Yeah. Isn't that just cute?
Really
Customer made that for me. Just sweet little thing. Yeah, these are all.
I like this. It's singles and ready to mingle. Yeah. That's smart.
So these are just end of the line, meaning they don't have any other colors that go with them. So you can mix and match them. They're great yarns, but they don't have any partners anymore. Yeah. Of course, these are some of the mixing and matching that I'm doing. This is some of that silk I was telling you about, the alpaca silk in a lace weight. So now I'm taking some of my lace weight yarns. Nice. Let me let you hold that for a second. And I'm mixing them together and making things so you could these each have 800 yards. So mixing these two together to make a heavier yarn.
Oh, okay.
And then you've got 1,600 yards to make a sweater or a shawl.
Beautiful.
And it's not just
it feels really good.
So we're just experimenting with making more a larger yarn out of these.
You said you're dyeing the melting pot yarn.
Yep.
Are you dyeing it back here?
At home now. It will be here. We're getting ready to remodel this bathroom. Yeah. So I had to get my store in order first.
Fair.
There's only one of me.
Yep, fair. That's so amazing.
So yeah, I love mixing fibers and doing different kinds of things like that. And I went to art school, so color is something that I love. And I didn't know that everybody wasn't a color person. So that's where my customers really like when they come in and I can help them put colors together.
I'm not great at that. I have to follow the model most of the time.
And I can make them step out of there. For example, that shawl up top there that I had her knit, the one with the red in it.
Yeah.
She makes a sweater a week. She's an amazing knitter. What? But she was like, I don't really like those colors. Look how beautiful it is. It was out of her wheelhouse, but it's so beautiful. And she loved the results.
Oh, good.
So that's always fun.
That's cool. Oh, I see some spinning wheels here. Are these yours?
Oh, yes. Spinning wheels. And we carry a lot of roving for people to spin. So you can use this either in felting or on a spinning wheel. We have people that spin their own yarn and make their own sweaters.
One day.
This is one of our favorite artists, Emma Ball, from the UK. So we carry a lot of her knitting notions and things. Just knitters love to have accessories.
They're very cute.
Yeah, they're very, very fun. Lots of just little fun things.
Granny square notepad.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep. Shopping things. It's way more fun to plan your week, and no matter how busy it is when you're doing it on a sheet thing, right?
I love that. Are you pointing to the fiber kit or to the
So these are all like in bags with different fiber mixes. So this one has alpaca and mohair in it. This one is all mohair. Like they're all different. This one has some alpaca and some silk.
And where is this fiber coming from?
This is all our fiber.
Your
fiber.
So
I have lots and lots and lots of fiber in my garage. So I package it up and bring it in, and I have big bags of it. Yes.
That's amazing. Morning.
Hi, Deb. So these are some of the natural colors.
Oh my gosh.
Of alpaca, and I don't have them in any order here.
Wait, I see.
And I know, isn't that fun?
Glitter in
so that's some stellina or something added. Isn't that beautiful? So it's just enough that it shows up just a little bit. And I'll show you an example. Okay, so here is some of that knit.
That is so pretty. I'm a pink person, so I love this.
This is Stephen West. Let me just put this on you so you can feel how this looks. It's a little chilly in here, right? It's only 109 today.
I'm so cold.
Okay, so that one has a little bit of glitter, but from where you're standing, you can't see the glitter. It's just enough.
You've got to come up close.
That and in the sun it really hits, but it's just such a beautiful thing.
It's so pretty.
And when I talk about color, this is the same exact piece done in pinks in a different way. Now this again is with our sport weight, but look at the differences of how they look. That one versus the placement of color of that one. Different personalities, different clients, but a lot the same.
Pretty.
Isn't that interesting?
I love these. So pretty.
And they're like wearing a hug. They're just super warm. Yeah. Isn't that just beautiful?
It's really pretty.
And he's such an amazing designer.
I know. I love his stuff.
Yeah. He's
pretty cool. So cool.
Okay, and then this is the dyed.
Yes.
Yep.
More of your yarn.
More of our yarn. Earth yarns is something new that we carry, and they're amazing.
Lovely.
I don't know a lot about them, but I've played with it a little bit, and you're not going to regret it. It's beautiful yarn. And then Eunice kind of takes care of this corner over here.
This is Eunice.
And that's Eunice and her little baby. And Malabrigo is one of our favorites, of course. And Cascade's coming out with some fun new things.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've seen this one. Friday Harbor.
It's a real nice yarn.
Woolen silk, very nice.
Yeah, nice to wear.
Yeah.
Then we have Mountain Colors. They're a Montana yarn. You probably know of them, and they're very fun. And so these are kind of the funner, what a word.
More fun.
Yeah, different yarns. And these are some earth in a whole different way. So I like to kind of put things in color. Yeah, and then I had a curiosity shop at one time, so I love all the little curiosities. So all my little drawers, people love going through and looking at all the weird. Okay, so these are all I have some fiber issues. Let's just start there. So these are all like little balls that you can make with fiber.
Wow.
Crocheting little things and felting them in the washing machine and making buttons and things out of them. Making little things for your car that you can stuff and put essential oils on and put them under your seat.
That's cool.
Crocheted ornaments.
So many things.
I know. Just this is what people like me do.
Thrift these things.
If I see them, I get them. Yeah, because aren't they just?
They're so
they have
fun.
Everything in them. Like crochet stuff should be in here.
It already says crochet.
I know. These are from the old days. These are actually displays from stores.
Very cool.
So with our felting that I'll show you later, parts and pieces are really fun in your felting because you can add them in and they add all kinds of accessories. So now we're starting to add beads, buttons, all different kinds of just odd accessories that you can add into something. Cool. You don't need a lot of it, but I love to collect odd things.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's just very, very fun.
I see these needle felted alpacas with your tag. Are you making these?
No, those come from these came with the yarn shop that I bought out, and these are actually made in Peru, but aren't they cute?
They're really
cute.
We
do some needle felting sculpture here, but those came from somewhere else. Okay. This is a sort of felting. This is needle felting or noodle felting or wet felting, and I do them all together. Some done with needles, but a lot of these are done with my big machine. Cool. So this one, for example, will be like a yarn cover, a table cover.
Okay,
a table runner. So it's got two sides. This one is based on Starry Nights.
Beautiful.
And so this is the second side that will just be a nice, lovely side for Easter or something like that.
Yeah. You know? It's cool that you can just flip it.
This one is a rug. So this one is just some batting laid down. So what Nancy showed you had some fabric underneath. This one is just all fiber.
Okay.
So this
and that part, the backing was done on a machine.
This whole thing is just done on a machine.
Whoa, okay.
And then I added the yarn in, and then I did some needle felting over the top.
Oh.
And then added in some accessories. So these ones are all kind of the same, but different.
Yeah.
So here you can see where I would put in some spots of different things. This one's two-sided. So you could make a bag out of this. You could sew a bag.
I see, yeah.
You could make all kinds of different things out of them. This one has silk added into it.
Oh, beautiful.
Still and two-sided again. Yep. This one has yarn in it. And you can totally cut it up. I know. Just one side on this side.
That's so interesting. It's just felted so much it doesn't even have that like these are a little more ropey.
Yep.
Like you
Let
can still
those
see.
out more. Yep.
And these just look like almost you drew on it.
Exactly. So this is our loan library. And I had this idea with the internet and things. It doesn't make sense for me to have a whole bunch of books for sale. I've been in stores that have books from years and years and years, and it doesn't make sense for what I pay for rent.
Yeah.
So I put out a call for anybody who had old books that they wanted, and I had quite a collection too. And so people, when they are downsizing or have old books that they aren't using anymore, they bring their books to us, and we make sure that we try and have all the current stuff, a lot that aren't published anymore, and anybody can come and loan a book from us.
That's so cool.
And so we try and keep up in subject by author, and we're getting more and more organized with this, especially in this store. But it's crazy how much the old patterns still work today.
Yeah.
And even if you're you can grab any book off of this, and a lot of these are just like coffee table books. Look at these.
That's so pretty.
So if you're looking for inspiration and you're having a little funk, well, just grab a book and look at what look at where they live, first of all. But aren't they, any of us can do this if we know how to do it. You just got to sit down and do it. Make the time to do it. Yeah. So every book here has all kinds of information. Everything from Elizabeth Zimmerman to the newest stuff. Stephen B's books are all in here and signed for us. And we've had quite a few different people come, and we hold a fiber frenzy in the spring. And so we'll be doing that again. The store sponsors that. Oh. And so we bring people in from different states and lecturers and vendors.
And you host it, where do you host it, here at the store?
No, we get a bigger space and bring people in from all over.
So
it's kind of a mini, like, well, this year we're probably going to do it at a hotel. Mm-hmm. We've always done it at a gymnasium, but now we're getting big enough. It's time to move to a bigger space. Yeah,
that's exciting.
Yeah. So we've had Stephen B come. We've had Ann McCauley come. Yeah, we've had quite a few different big people come to talk to us. Very cool. I don't know if you know about the National Park Hat Book, but she was just here and spoke to us. And
Nancy
that was,
Bates,
it was really fun. Nancy Bates was awesome. She was here on vacation and came. Last week we had a concert here of a local lady who does singing and things like that. And she just created her own yarn line. And I try and do what we call a yarn tasting every couple months.
Yeah.
And we don't eat yarn, but we try new things. And usually food's involved in that, but showing something new and something different that has come out. So then everybody gets to try it and they get to sample it. And it's usually a small fee, but it's a good way to get people to try things they've never tried before. Isn't this
I'm almost done.
amazing?
I just have a couple more rounds to
There's
go.
so much texture.
Yeah, I really start in the middle, and just
Isn't that fabulous?
around.
Yes, it's gorgeous. I love this. And wait, you said how many of these you made?
This is number 13.
Oh, okay.
And this one,
Yeah, I know. I know.
this one,
cute.
and they're all by the same designer, not exactly the same.
Who designs these?
Her name is Helen Shrimpton, and she's in the UK.
Very cool.
We started following her
During COVID,
During-
right before COVID.
right before COVID as a group.
Yeah.
And she is brilliant. And if I
Wow.
ever have enough money, I'm going to fly her here so she can come because I would love to meet her. And I think she sits in a little cottage in the UK and designs
And
these. And her backup is amazing. Her company is called Crystals and Crochet.
Cool.
And her it's like she's here with you. I mean, but look at, this is all the same stitches that everybody knows in crochet, but she teaches you how to manipulate those. And then, of course, Jo put her own colors together.
Yeah, your color choice is amazing.
She's got, beautiful color choice.
But I like all the textures, and I like that it changes all the time, so it's not a boring thing to do.
Absolutely. So this is Nancy, and she is going to show us some of her different needle felted pieces. So what do you want to start with?
Well, I will start with this one. This is pretty much the first thing I did. So I knit this, and then I just felted the leaves.
Gorgeous.
To put on it. And I really got addicted to that. So.
And what are these curly pieces here? Is that just a different type of wool?
It's a different type of wool. I think they're called locks. I can't remember the name of it. Teeswater sheep, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's what they come off of.
That's cool.
And then this was the first picture that I did.
Wow.
So I decided I wanted to add some more things to it. So I started adding some embroidery.
Oh,
So French knots and flowers and beads. So that was the first piece I did.
And then you framed it. Where did you like gather these sticks?
Yeah, they're out of my backyard.
That is
or
super
my
cool.
neighbor's backyard.
They don't need them.
Yeah, they don't need to know. This is the next one I did. So I got a little more beading and a little more embroidery on there.
And are these images just something that's coming out of your brain?
Yeah, sometimes I look on Pinterest and get ideas, or on I Google landscapes and because I like doing landscapes. Before I started this, I was trying to teach myself to paint.
Oh.
And then my friend, Jewel, decided she wanted to learn to knit. And we thought it'd be a great thing to do together.
Oh.
So we came down here, and the rest is history.
And how long ago was that? Like, how long have you been doing this?
Probably 6 years or so.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're really talented.
Thank you. And then I just have done some different pieces.
I just love them.
So this one and this one were originally one big piece, but I didn't like how big it was. And so I cut it in half, or, you know, thirds or whatever. And so I haven't done anything with framing this yet. Mm-hmm. So
beautiful. And do you like display these at your house, or?
Yeah,
I need a lot of wall space.
I did display them at my house, and then my kids were like, "What is that stuff on your wall?"
What? I love it. I think it's so cool.
Oh, so yeah, I kicked them out and kept the needle felting. This is my latest piece.
Incredible.
Yeah, I've added a lot more embroidery on this, and this is a lot more colorful.
Yes.
I don't know. My friend said it looked a little busy, but I kind of like it.
I like it too.
You know? Yeah.
There's so much depth to it.
Yeah. And I've tried different beads. And then I did this one for my son, who said, "Oh, gee, that's cool."
Oh gosh.
So I'm giving it to my brother.
Awesome.
This is a work in progress.
I can hold it out with you if you need. Oh, there we go.
Wow. I just brought it to show the process. So Kim actually has a felting machine. And I wanted to do something fairly big. So I laid everything out and kind of felted it a little bit, and then brought it down and ran it through her machine.
Okay. So you put this on here.
Yeah.
Just to get it
this is actually, do you have some roving?
I do.
Yeah. This is called roving. It is wool before it's spun.
Yeah.
And you can get it in tons of different colors. And what the process is...
We don't have to keep holding this if you don't want to. You can set it down.
Yeah. Is you have these special needles. Mm-hmm. They're barbed. And you... I don't have a background for it like this, but you poke the roving, and what those barbs do is it compacts the fibers together, so that they eventually become like this, like material or cloth.
And then what does the machine do?
So the machine, it has... are you going to show them the machine? Yep. Okay. All right. So it has rows of needles like this. And it's pretty long, about 5 feet. Yep. About 5 feet.
Stabs.
And it just, you run it through and keep running it through until everything is felted. This is actually wet felting, which is a different process than needle felting. You use soap and water and manipulate the fibers. It takes quite a while, and she will probably talk more about that.
Yeah.
The ball that is over there is what this was felted on.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah. So it was a lot of fun.
Wow. I feel like that does take a lot of manpower to...
Yeah, it does.
To agitate.
And I like needle felting better than wet felting.
I've only wet felt in a machine. I guess machine felting.
Yeah.
But it still takes a long time. So I can't imagine doing it by hand. That's very cool.
Yeah, we had to do this inside out.
Oh, neat.
So we put all the embellishments on first, and then but except for this is actually needle felted onto here.
Very beautiful.
So this is a full bat from the mill, just to see what I start with, like with that rug that I showed you. So it is done in big layers. And this one, you can see the different colors.
Yeah,
see how it fades.
Super cool.
So it's made specially that way, but see how it's rolled out into layers. So you can peel off layers of this and run them through.
Wow.
So I love this machine. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna unpeel this so it's all kind of one layer.
Yeah.
It's gonna go through here and it's gonna come out on the other side a little flat. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some color into this.
Oh, okay.
From what we took off
Yeah.
of that. So I'm just gonna take some different pieces. And you can design and design and design all day and get exactly what you want. But it's kind of like with dyeing or anything else. It's all an experiment as to what you're actually gonna end up getting.
Yeah.
But this, instead of doing it by hand, there's a whole bunch of needles. I believe there's 760 needles.
Oh my gosh.
And so what you're gonna see is it's gonna come out on that side and be all kind of scrunched together.
So can you tell me about the history of the store? Why did you want to start a yarn store, and when did you get started?
Well, I have always been a closet crocheter. I started crocheting in Girl Scouts when I was maybe 7 or 8 years old, but nobody else that I knew really did it. And so my mom was sick with cancer, and I had a store at that point, a frame shop. And so I thought I could bring yarn in so people could walk in and buy yarn and leave, and I could keep my store open and take care of my mom at the same time. So I added yarn to my frame shop. Had no idea what I was entering. And now it's all yarn. And I don't do an art gallery or the store or that part anymore.
What year was that you opened the frame shop?
Oh, 30 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
so
it's been a long time. Yes. So I've always had a store, tiny little stores, different stores. I ran a newspaper here, but this is what my heart has always wanted to do. And now I've created this great community that we have an amazing fiber community here.
We definitely got the sense of that last night coming in.
Yeah.
And I know you have another group coming in this morning, and you have groups like all the time.
Yes.
What types of community things do you have throughout the week?
Well, we have about 26 hours of open time a week called flock gatherings in our store.
Whoa.
So people buy a punch card and they're good for 10 punches. And then they get discounts with full cards, but that helps us pay for toilet paper and the air conditioning and that kind of stuff, and helps us keep a part of our store open for chairs and coffee. And sometimes we have 40 people in here and sometimes we have 6.
Awesome.
We do a lot of classes. I do a lot of community ed teaching. We do knitted knockers for all of our area. Last year we did 900 sets of knitted knockers.
That's amazing.
So we have survivors. I lost my mom to breast cancer. My daughter had breast cancer. And so it's a big thing to us, a lot of us here. So we have survivors that are knitting for patients, and it's just really cool.
That's
anybody
so
can come
awesome.
in. Anybody that wants to knit a knitted knocker here gets free yarn because we have people donate money, so you don't have to pay for the yarn to make them. And then we fill them, and we always have a basket here.
That's
And the
great.
hospital can call, and we take a whole big basket.
Oh,
Yeah.
And what kinds of classes do you have? Because you do lots of different.
Yes,
Fiber
anything
arts.
from crocheting, knitting, some drop spindles. Sometimes that's the one thing. It's not, I know enough to be dangerous. Dyeing, like fiber dyeing.
Yes.
When I say I'm going to dye, people are like, what? But it's a good dyeing.
Yes.
And we do a lot of felting.
Awesome.
A lot of felting. And so when I go into the schools and do teaching and stuff, it's so fun to watch I tell these kids, okay, your underwear is made from fiber too. And they look at me like, and then you can see them trying to imagine, but it's all spun somewhere. It's all done somehow. And they think it just comes from Walmart.
Yeah. Well, so what are you doing in the schools? You go in and
I have different teachers that call me, and I just do little things in the schools. A lot of kids have never even had yarn in their hands, so they've never even rolled a yarn ball.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So they start rolling a yarn ball, and then I make it into a very fun thing for them to do and roll it in a certain time. And it's not the easiest thing to do at first, to roll a yarn ball. You think every kid can do it. Many kids have never even touched yarn.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. And the boys are really fun because, of course you have to talk about balls. And you're with 7th graders.
Oh, so this is middle school. So I'm like, I was thinking elementary, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, no, so you're, 7th graders. I'm like, all right, let's just have the talk now. And I want y'all to know, I can roll the biggest balls in town. And their teachers over there just laughing, but I just get it out of the way right off the bat, and then they're fine.
That's so smart, though, because that's your in with them. Because then they're like hooked, right?
And then trying to see who can make the biggest ball. And it becomes this whole thing when you add time to it and make it a contest. And it's so funny. Pretty soon they're moving people out of the way so they can do it the fastest, and they're the best.
How fun is that?
Oh, yeah. They're hilarious.
That is so cool.
And they think about it then, And we have some teachers here in the area that are teaching kids at recess how to crochet. And so now it's worked into the schools, in one of the elementary schools. And when the whole class gets their work done, they can crochet.
Oh, how fun.
And so these kids are 9 and 10 coming in and buying yarn for each other for their birthday parties. It makes my heart so happy.
That is amazing.
I know.
I love that. Now, for people maybe who don't live nearby or anything, is there a way for them to just connect and see what you have going on here?
Well, we have a website that I work hard on keeping up. We moved into this bigger store in September of last year.
Oh, okay. So this is a new space.
This is a new space for us. Yeah, it was a casino until about
This was a casino.
Yes,
oh,
we got to take it. It was not pretty in here.
Oh,
so we got to take it all the way down and redo the whole thing and make it into this really great space. And so we're just now starting to figure out how it's going to work. Our dye room will be set up soon. My goal is to have a big window so people could watch us dye eventually.
That's cool.
I'd love to be able to do it out front, but then I'd get tourists with kids and they'd leave with dye on them and go to Mount Rushmore. Their parents might not be super happy. But we get a lot of tourists here, and it's really fun.
Yeah.
And we have our own yarn line, so that's really fun, and people can take things home. I get a lot of people. I'm the 911 of fiber, so I fix a lot of things with people on the road.
Yeah.
And Google really helps. It's hard to get Google not to send people to my old store.
I will say we did go there first.
Sometimes it picks up the new one, and sometimes it doesn't. The sign's still there, but they have cats there.
Yes, we noticed that. We were like, we opened the door, we were like, is it behind? Oh, no, it's not.
You really shouldn't have a yarn store with cats.
Yeah, right? That would be, yeah. The cats would like it, but wouldn't be good for anybody else. That's so funny. Well, thank you for having us here today.
This is awesome.
I know.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Fun.
I can't wait to show you all the stuff we have. So.